Damn, when did I become such a bad shooter? Hello everybody, so today I have the Mantis X10. This is a live or dry fire training tool. As you can see, it goes to your gun and to your phone. So let's talk about it and show you all the ins and outs of this wonderful training tool. All right, so here we have it, the Mantis X10. Now, to start with, as usual, what is my relationship with Mantis X? The only thing I've ever done with Mantis X is, and in fact I still have it, they'll probably be surprised to hear that once they see this video, but I still have the original Mantis X and have used it quite a bit. I've let people borrow it and use it. Let me set this down. You can get a good look at the original Mantis X. I've had this for, wow, I want to say 4 years. I think they've been doing this, maybe less. But I remember they sent this to me back when they first started out, and I thought it was a really cool training tool then, and nothing's changed. What I mean by nothing has changed, not that nothing has changed with Mantis X, because a ton of stuff has changed with them. But my opinion of the product is better now, actually, than it was then. They've added shotgun. Not only do they still do pistol, but they've added shotgun and they've added rifle. The case has changed a little bit. It's got this padded, really cool Mantis X case with a shotgun adapter that I dropped half of it, but as you can see, there's part of a pick rail there. That's half the shotgun adapter. You put it on the barrel, and then you put the sensor on it. We'll get to the sensor here in a minute. There's also all the screws needed, some rubber filler pads, and a Mantis X sticker in there. So here's the Mantis X X10, which is what we're reviewing today. Here's the original model. So it has gone down in size quite a bit, and it feels, I don't know what the exact ounces are, but it feels about maybe half the weight, but it has lightened up quite a bit. They both charge with the micro USB like a cell phone does, and they both operate on Bluetooth. Now, the way this attaches is, as you can see there, it has the grooves for the pick rail, and then this little lever here takes that down for it to lock into that groove, like for instance, on this Glock. You get that lined up just right, pull this down, and it's on. That is forward, and this is, come on, backward. As you can see, that really looks backward. But depending on the gun you're putting it on, maybe a rifle, a different kind of pistol that has different rails on it, things like that, you may want it forward or backward. Can't say enough good things about this. As you guys know from my channel, I am all about training. I'm all about especially dry fire. I think dry fire, or some people don't like calling it dry fire, dry practice, is probably the most important tool in your arsenal. Is the dry practice at home, repetition, getting it done. This helps you get it done better and more correct. Okay, so connecting it, I have it on the gun. As you can see, I'm really zoomed in here, so if I get out of camera view a little bit, I'm sorry. But as you can see, I have it connected. It's on my 19X. This is dry and empty. I have it on my phone, and it's going to ask me to connect. So I'm gonna push, where are you at? I'm gonna push the button here. Starts blinking green, press the connect, and it connects. So I'm going to go to something called open training here just to show you. Set gun down on a still surface. Open training. The light is now solid green. You cut to this screen. You have an option of dry practice, right hand, forward or back, or live fire, left hand, reverse, and so on. I'm going to hit start and cross the camera real quick and start. So that's counted one shot with a score of 77. And I can, at this point, click this red thing, and it's going to tell me what is wrong, what I did incorrectly. Tightening fingers. Tightening fingers, quote unquote tightening fingers, means that the grip is too tight. There's a point at which gripping the firearm harder will cause muscle tremor. Despite what it may seem, the firearm does not require the strongest possible grip in order to control, right? So, the basic things that most of us should already know. And the severity of it will come out. So I'm going to show you a really bad, like, anticipation. Okay? See how that went straight out the side there with a really low score? That means it was super bad. If it is closer to the circle, then it's not as bad, although there is room for improvement. Now, if you get that high score with a dot in the middle, that's a bullseye. That's a bullseye or near bullseye. Now see what happened there? See how this is stacking up? These are stacking up, means I have a couple issues in the same spot. That says high left. Bullseye. Bullseye. High left just a little bit. So that is how it's working. That's 10 shots. 10 shots with a score of 91. Good shot. History. So it's gonna, I can't do history yet. But it says things like pushing. There's a little tiny, teeny one right there. Healing. Tightening fingers. And of course, so we're doing really good there. So you can stop, average score of 82, reset, or keep going. You can click that for CO2 guns, live fire, left, right, forward, backward. Right, okay, so there's one me to calibrate again. Okay. History, which I have not shot it enough on this phone. My old phone, which is the phone that I had when I first got this from Mantis X, looks like this now and does not work. All of my history's on that phone. But it lets you know what you have. It takes more rounds than that. Groups, you can train together with other people and have competitions and things like that through the internet. I have my airplane mode on right now, that way we don't get it interrupted. My name is Silverback, then different settings. So I currently have it set for Glock 19X, which if I were to want to change it, I mean there's a whole bunch of different ones on here, right? So I have it set for Glock 19X, right-handed. The center here, let me get that focused. That's dry, forward, back. Now, if you are running it on a rifle, bottom, top, left, or right, you sign out, and then different things here, like your audio feedbacks and different advanced settings and things like that. Now that is real-time feedback with this little guy. It's one of my favorite training tools. Like I said, I still have the original one. It's one of my favorite training tools. Whenever people ask me online about training tools of this nature, be it lasers or this or whatever, I always tell them this. It's like, always just go check out Mantis X, especially because you can do live fire with it too and get direct feedback. So not only are you able to sit at home and get this stuff done, but go to the range, turn your Bluetooth on, get direct feedback on how to fix your problem. It's almost like having me standing there in your ear going, sink that finger a little bit more or a little less. Raise that grip up a little bit, whatever, because it's telling you right there on the screen. Now, one of the coolest parts about the Mantis X10 is it's updating, and it's always, I just got an email the other day saying that rapid fire mode is going to be added to the app soon. I think they said January. I'd have to double check. But either way, it's not like you buy this and you're done. That's all you get. You will get updates. How often they are really depends on Mantis X. I think this is a pretty complete system, so I don't know how much more they can add, but I'm sure they'll find something. So there are updates to be had with the app on the phone or your iPod or your iPad, who uses that anymore? iPad. So not only is this a complete and rounded training system for indoors and outdoors, but it's also an updating training system, something that you will get more use out of than likely the day that you bought it. Now, two things to end this with. Number one, I want to apologize to Mantis X. I have had this for quite some time, longer than I probably should have for this type of review. You saw my phone, how it broke. There was footage on that. Also, where's it at? Is it already out in the other room? I guess so. My computer broke. I talked about it in another video. I had actually live fire footage of rifle and pistol stuff with this, but I wanted to get this. I don't have time this week to go out and do any more live fire shooting with this, and I wanted to get this video out before Christmas. So I do apologize. I think that this deserves a more in-depth review, and maybe I will do a second one. I think this deserves a more in-depth review, but with the holidays around the corner, and I do think this is an important training tool, I wanted to get this video out now. Two, the one and only downfall I have found with this, the only downfall, and that is the original Mantis X. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Has these three little dots there. Those three little dots are holes. They're LED indicators. It shows how full your they light up right away and shows how full the battery is on this, right? When I first got this, and the charge lasts sometimes, you almost forget between charges. When I first got this, I plugged it in and nothing happened. It takes a couple minutes, minute or so, for the green light to light up to say you're charging. I was trying plugs. I was like, oh no. Went over to another plug, plugged it into my computer, did all this other stuff just to find out that it did take a minute for the green light to come on. And there's no level indication like there is on the Gen 1 on how full you are. So if I were to change anything, that's not even that big a deal. If I were to change anything about this whole thing, I would put some sort of an indicator on here that reacted quicker to the charge and let you know what level the battery's at. So it's not too often that I actually tell people that I suggest they buy a product. Usually it is, check it out, here's the website information, here's my video, make your own assumptions. I think this is worth buying. If you were to ask me, I would say yes, go for it. It's worth the money. And even if you don't want to do the X10, they have the Mantis X, they have the X3, and they have the X10. The Mantis X is just for pistols. So if you are just interested in pistols, you can go a less expensive route and get the regular Mantis X. All that information will be in the website that I supplied for you in the description. I highly, highly recommend this training system. So that's all I got for you today. Thanks for listening. Mantis X, get the app, get the widget and start training. We'll talk to you later.